We are starting with the prayer.
हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे। हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे। हमको मन की शक्ति देना, भेद भाव अपने दिल से साफ कर सके, दोस्तों से भूल हो तो माफ कर सके, झूठ से बचे रहे, सच कदम भरे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे। हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मुश्किलें पड़े तो हम पर हित न कर्म कर, साथ दे तो धर्म का, चले तो धर्म पर, खुद पे हौसला रहे, बदी से ना डरे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे। हमको मन की शक्ति देना।
Good morning. We are giving tribute to our great master, Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, who has given this divine science to all of us and taught us dare to be wise. Seeking blessings from our Guru, Dr. Prafull Vijayakar sirs, who made and breathed this modern science with homeopathy and made homeopathy easy like mathematics. Jai Hanuman, Jai Homeopathy, Om Vijayakarai Namah. As we are in the reading of the books, we have up till now reached to the aphorism number 35, 34, and today we are reading the aphorism from Organon of Medicines 35. And also we are reading the book Modern Science and Homeopathy. So today is the last chapter of Modern Science and Homeopathy. It is a little bit a practical chapter. So I will demonstrate few of them with the help of software. So you can utilize the repertory in a better way in understanding the medicine in a different aspect. Okay. So aphorism number 35 says that in order to illustrate this, we shall consider in three different cases as well what happens in nature when the two dissimilar diseases meet together in one person, as also the result of the ordinary medical treatment of the disease with unsuitable allopathic drugs which are incapable of producing any artificial morbid condition similar to the disease to be cured, whereby it all appear that even nature herself is unable to remove dissimilar disease already present by one that is unhomeopathic, even though it be stronger and just as little is the unhomeopathic employment of even the strongest medicines ever capable of curing any disease whatsoever. So this is what the master is telling us the probability and possibility when the disease is dissimilar disease or a similar disease are present in one body. How can we apply? So this is what we have to understand first the theory and then we apply this into the practice. So just by reading this, we have to keep in mind there are multiple possibility, and it was also said that nature herself does not cure the disease. So this disease has to be required some aid, and that aid is the only possible with the homeopathic medicines, the homeopathic aid, not the allopathic. Even the allopathic medicine does not produce a artificial disease, morbid condition similar to that of disease if we follow the law of similia, then allopathic medicine does not produce. It produces an anti-effect. So what happen in anti-effect? It suppress or subside for a time being, but when the vital force overcomes this, it may revolt in a different manner and it may lead to destructions and everything. So this is what the master is telling us. We are reading the book Homeopathy and Modern Science. So today, the last chapter of this book, we are completing this book today. And yesterday we learned about how the best utility of the repertory. So we all know the repertory is the tool for practicing homeopathy in the recent era. Initially, the olden practitioners who practiced based on the keynote prescription, who based on the materia medica knowledge. But when we have this tool gives us insight that this remedy could be of a different pictures, and that is helping us to understand that this is the case. Okay, so what we have learned as far as up till now that in most of cases we have to prescribe the genetic constitutional remedy, and that is helping us to understand the man, and also in return we are treating with the GCS to cure the man from the disease. So this is what we are learning. So to prescribe the GCS, yesterday I have shared one of the important few pages of the presentations with the approach in acute, in a chronic, and what to look into it. So if we have this compass, then and then we have an idea that what we are searching for and what we are doing. Okay. So to prescribe the GCS, constitutional simillimum, you need to take those qualities of the patient which forms his innate characteristic. They come from the genetic code directly. This could be the non-disease symptoms and not the disease symptoms. Yesterday also we have made some of the difference of the repertorial understanding of the rubric. So we have find that some are the subjective rubrics, some are the objective rubrics, some are the obvious rubrics, some are the concealed rubric, some are expressive, some are non-expressive. So this is guiding us that there are certain rubrics which are the non-disease symptoms. So, Sir has made a chart and Sir has made a very beautiful understanding of what are the non-disease quality to be taken into considerations. So, following are the few non-disease quality. These are just example, and you can go through the repertory and learn so that you can understand in a better way. So, what Sir is making us to give us a path. You should walk into this way, and the walking is only possible by you only. Sir just giving you a path that you should go in this way. So this is what Sir has utilized the repertory in a better way. So we can also. Sir always says it is not my monopoly that I should give this type of result into patients. If you practice diligently, if you practice sincerely, if you practice with the mathematical certain science, then you also have the same result which I may produce. So this is what Sir's word. So following are the few non-disease quality of the man which helps to arrive at a genetic constitutional simile. Most of time, the sir used to differentiate a remedy at the end with the in a camp cases with the diligency and non-diligency. So why sir put diligency at the higher? Because diligence mean hard working, showing care and steady effort. Conscientious means scrupulous, showing care and precision. This is one of the most important quality which Dr. Prafull Vijayakar takes for treating the patient. He says diligent exactly does not mean conscientious or anxiety conscious of or industrious, but it means a sincere, hardworking, steadily working, knowledge accumulating person. So this is what those who are learning in the morning sessions at 6 o'clock, you all are diligent. So this is what knowledge accumulating person. The sole purpose of our existence is to evolve and progress. So we are evolving with our daily life by diligently working, steadily working, and by accumulating the knowledge. Each and every cell has to work for sincerely and engulf as much knowledge as possible to face life with success and evolve to a higher state, thus fulfilling the sole object of life. That's why the diligence has to be given the most important in this practice. So, Sir has divided constitutions in the major two groups, diligent remedy and non-diligent remedy. There is no rubric given in any repertory about the diligent and non-diligent. It is what the Sir has made the quality from this, and Sir has get this. This is what diligent remedy having. These are the remedies. I am not reading each and every remedy for the better purpose, but just to make that by reading this para, there are 2 marks, 1 marks, and 3 marks remedy in this diligence. But to generalize this, what Sir always used to generalize with the Kantian approach, to generalize with this, to make it simpler for the study. So Sir has divided this into families, and that family is like aurum, arsenic, natrum, and ferrums are the most important group of diligent remedy. Yesterday, I also shared with you some point that how to understand one rubric. So you to pick up one rubric and divide it that rubric into categories like plant, minerals, animals, and others. So that help you to understand these are the remedies has these qualities. Okay. So diligency are there in the metals like aurum, arsenic, natrum, ferrums are the important group. So most of the aurums are diligent, aurum, aurum ars, aurum iron, aurum sulf, etc. Arsenic, the most of the arsenics are diligent, arsenic, arsal flavum, arum ars, natrum ars, aurum ars, etc. So this is what Sir has made a glimpse for this. So we have to learn this in a different way. So Sir has given the netrums. Most of the netrums are diligent, like a netrum ars, netrum silicata, netrum carp, netrum phos are the diligent, except netrum mur, which is non-diligent. Okay. So ferrum, most of the ferrums are diligent. Then Sir divided that the polycrest remedies like sulfur, arsenic, apis, brahma, china, graphitis, lyco, iodine, staph, naxomica, Pulsatilla, silicia, carcinosin, paramagnesia, acid phos, aurum, sepia, all are diligent in nature. A non-diligent remedy, those constitutions which are unscrupulous, who are not doing their work diligently, are non-diligent remedy. So most of the remedies which are even under rubric like a deceitful, malicious, manipulative, rude, insulting, cursing, and swearing in their behavior, they are non-diligent. So, sir has divided this remedy into this, combine them. According to the study of this whole remedy, 49's remedy, the family study, the most of the ammoniums, magnesiums, kalis, acids, snakes, and spider are deceitful in nature, and that is why they are non-religion. Because if you have given a particular work and if they don't want to do, they started using their intellect to manipulate this in a different way. So, for example, the child have the purpose of existence is to learn from the nature, learn from the schoolings and everything. But when the child is bunking school for the enjoyments and everything, so without giving a proper reason, so this is the quality that they are being very deceitful and manipulative in their early stage of childhood. So this is the non-diligent quality of personality. The most of the ammoniums are non-diligent, magnesiums are the non-diligents, kalis are non-diligent. Only natrum from the natrum group is non-diligent. All the acids are non-diligent except acid phos, which is good girl, good boy image and diligent in nature. The snakes and spider, the most of the snakes and spiders are highly manipulative and cunning in their nature. They are non-diligent. The remedies like a revolting, so revolting remedies like a mercury, causticum, argentums are the non-diligence. Those who speak lies and deceive others, this remedy are also there in the group that are non-diligent in nature. So polycarous remedy like mercury, camphor, nitramur, fluoric acid, heparin, lachesis, madorinum, opium, tarantula, tuberculinum, and many more are the non-diligent remedy. Now, next quality which is very important from which the innate characteristic of the patient, which is non-disease character, is expressive or non-expressive. So expressive quality means that the patient is volunteering information. He is extroverted type, means they mixes easily, shares emotions easily, and mingle with people very easily. So most of the remedy which are under this rubric, like a cheerful, vivacious, loquacity, and lamentings, are the expressive remedy. So by looking into this, we can understand that the most of the arachnids are the expressive, like Tarantula cubensis, Endoctonus. All acids are expressive, like fluoric acid, nitric acid, and sulfuric acids are expressive, whereas phosphoric acid can be non-expressive and can be expressive also. Kali phos and Kali iode. As we learn the physiology, Kali when in the stress, they goes outside the cells and they become extroverted. So the remedy in the Kali groups are Kali phos and Kali iode are expressive. Whereas a snake remedy, legacies is expressive. Non-expressive means the patient who is not ready to mix. He is answering all the question to the point, and we have to probe a lot to get information. He is suppressing his emotions. Most of the remedy which fall under the rubric like introverted, talk indisposed to, or a quiet dispositions or anger suppressed are the non-expressive remedy. So to make full usage of this, we can take a general rubric like introverted people, we can take general rubric like talk indisposed to. So in this, it was given as a 2 mark or 3 mark remedy only, not a single mark remedy is taken into this era. So by looking this, we can understand that ferrum, all muriaticums like ferrum, mur, magnum, muriatic acid, natrum, mur, baryta, mur, ammonium, antimonium mure, argentum mure, all muriaticums are non-expressive, having a top in this first one. The all natrums are also a non-expressive kind of personality, except natrum carb. A natrum carb is a little bit courageous, bold remedy, and having. expressive genes. But when natrum carp goes into syphilitic state, that is leading to misanthropy and aversion to whole mankind. Metals like aurum, mercury, platina, zincum, ferrum, manganum, argentum, plumbum, stannum, cuprum, palladium, germanium, all are not expressive in their nature. There are sulfur. Sulfur can be both expressive and non-expressive. So even though Sir used to say when the sulfur goes into syphilitic state, a very extroverted personality goes into introversions. So sulfur can be there in the introversions or non-expressive kind of personality. There are many salts which are related to the sulfurs are non-expressive, whereas Paretas sulf are very, very expressive and extroverted kind of personalities. As we all know, the carbons are also a kind of people. They don't show their angers and they show their angers by inhibitions into different mode and they goes into state of sarcasm. So the sarcasm is used by the carbons many a time. So carbons are not expressive because of lot of timidity and everything. So the remedies like carbonic acids or carbonicums carbohydrates, graphites, and everything. There are the remedy argentums. Argentum also goes into a non-expressive way. Like certain polycrest remedy, causticum, gelsemium, ignitia, lyco. So lyco can be non-expressive where he was being dominated by. And when he came to the state where he can dominate any situation in the process, then he become expressive in their nature. So this is what you have to understand that LIFO also there in non-expressive kind of personality. And many more remedies like pulsatilla, esphos, tuja, veratrum, etc. So most of the kalis are non-expressive except kali iode and Kalipos, which are expressive in nature. So this is gives rise to a genetic non-disease characteristic of the personality that he may mingle with many peoples or mingle cannot mingle with this. The another quality which is related to the willpower. So will is divided into two. That is a strong positive will and weak will. So most of time we can find the weak will remedy and their expressions are always in the form of timidity. If meeting will end, we will join and I will share one of the case which I have yesterday. I told you that I have to share that case with all of you, and by looking into that, you have to understand what remedy to be taken into considerations and what rubric you have to think of whenever this is the case. Okay. So the will negative have the timidity and this timidity have many remedies. So by generalizing this, we can think of the all carbons are timids, all kalis are timids, except. See, there are exceptions that you have to keep in your mind that help you to differentiate the remedy at the end of potential differential field when you repertorize the case. So that will help you to reach and narrow down your selections of the remedy from the group of remedies. Okay, so these are the handy tips what sir has always apply in his practice, and we also apply according to sir's teaching. So that help us to narrow down the remedy in a very easy way. So most of the Kalis are timid peoples, except a causticum, which is very, very revolting and anarchist type of personality. Most of the Calcarias are timid, except the Heparsal, which is very courageous in nature. Aluminas, most of the Aluminas are timid, Baryta, all barytas are timid. Silica, all silicas are timid. Sulfur, all sulfur are timid, like sulfur, calcarea, sulf, carbonium, sulf, kali, magnesium, baryta, sulf, even sulfuric acid and sulfuric iodide. All snakes, you all know the snakes are the very, very fearful and the timid animals, and their survival is based on these reactions. So whenever they find that the environment is safe and everything is good around, then and then they come out. Sir always says that the snake come out from the holes, burrows, that they look outside the world with the, just by looking everything from the side, and if the everything is clear and fine and everything is in a better way, then and then he comes out, otherwise he will not. So this is giving rise to a quality of timidity. So there are certain families like Loganaceae, the remedy covered by the Ignatia, Gelsemium, Naxomica, Spigelia are timid. Yes. Kali when goes into syphilitic and psychosyphilitic mode, they are more quarrelsome toward the loved ones. Yes, exactly rightly said by the Dr. Nishant. And in the syphilitic state, the Kali goes into a state of called as aversion to family members. As we all learn in the college days that all Kalis are the family-oriented remedies and very moralistic remedies and having very orthodoxies and everything, and they are very caregivers to the families and more anxious toward the families and everything. But when they goes into a state of syphilitic, or when they goes into stress, they have to fight for their bread and butter. So they started fighting with their fellow people. So they're fighting with the family members in the psychosyphilitic mode, and finally land up with the state that aversion to families and aversion to loved ones. And so this is what Kali peoples are. Yeah, Ignatia can go into fearlessness in syphilis. Even Ignatia can go into fear when the fear is hysterical in nature. So there is a rubric that mania, fear in. The Ignatia is one of the remedy. So it can be a polar analysis of the Ignatia. It can be fearless also, and it can be fearful also in mania. So that's a great thing. Ignatia is a bold remedy, the same way the natrum carb is the bold remedy. So their willpower is a strong and courageous kind of. Thank you, Dr. Nishan, for the inputs. So we can share our materia medica knowledge with these learnings. So anacardiaceae, ammoniums, all are the timids. We all know the ammoniums have the feeling of being a shortened. So if that feelings make them do not express their feelings to such an extent. So these are the timid kind of personality. All phosphorus are very fearful in their genetic trait, so they may land up with the quality of being so much so timid. But phosphorus, when goes into a state of psychosis, they become so much so extroverted and everything and mingle with many people. So you feel that there is no inhibitions at the level of phosphorus in a psychotic trait. But the phosphorus is very, very timid in the childhood and everything because of there is a fear. So phosphorus is many fear, fear of dark, fear something creeping from, and many fears are there in the phosphorus. So all phosphorus are timid except a magnesium phos. They are very strong in nature. Now you have to combine the things that a timid plus chill remedy, timid plus hot remedy, uh, yeah, Naxomica is a timid remedy. See, there are polar analysis. I will show you that how, because when you go to the repertory, na, then and then you can understand that this is the facet of that remedy. Because when we learn materia medica from the, when we learn any remedies from the materia medica, we have a certain image of that remedy in our back of mind. We never understand that how depth this remedy has and how this remedy goes into a state. So I will share one of the case with you so that case help you to understand that how this remedy is, and it was a cured case. So I will share in a few minutes, but just look into I just put some point into that. So you have to combine that timid and yeah, Dr. Monica, absolutely right. Lacks of courage, thought of suicides and everything. So they are timid. Absolutely. This is one facet only. Great. Thank you for input, Dr. Monica. So we need to learn that timid plus chilly remedy. So we have group of remedy, timid plus hot remedy. So we have group of remedy, timid plus thirsty and remedy, timid plus thirstless remedy. So that makes that we have to narrow down our remedies. And from that remedy, we have to rule in and rule out that help in our practice. So another wheel is one is a timid wheel, another wheel is a courageous. So in courageous, we can think a lot of remedy. All pharums are courageous, all mercuries are courageous. So this is the generalization of that. Okay. Mildness, the mildness is one of the gentleness or softness or tender or gentle in temper or dispositions. Not fierce, not rough, not angry, not stern, not frowning. Okay. The rubric for those whose manner suggests that they would not be capable of strong emotional outbursts. In spite of the situation, you feel that why these persons remain so much so calm and everything. That is called as mildness. Okay. So we have many remedies in mildness. So that is divided into different categories like all natrums are mild, kalis are mild, like Kalikap, Kalisanatum, Kalifos, the stage 1 series. So to understand this, I will show you example of this from the Kara. Suppose we have taken this rubric, timidity and timidity bashful. Okay, so we are looking whole remedies from this and the group of remedy. Now we have to apply certain filters that help to understand that if we applied elements like if we choose this uh, series 1, 2, 3, and 4. So when we apply fourth series, then these are the remedy which are very timid and bashful in nature. So you can have this idea that this remedy having this characteristic. Okay. Hope you got this so that help you to understand that these are the remedies. Okay. So then we apply the mildness plus chilly remedy, mildness plus hot remedy, mildness plus thirst and thirstless. So that is giving rise to a narrow down of our remedy selections and that is helping you in a practice. So again, we have emotional pictures like anger and violence. There are a lot of remedies there. So we can think that most of the metals, out of this, we have to take a crux and generalize it. So we can think the metals are the angry remedy. Carbons are angry remedy, but the expression of carbon in a different way. They are angry, then if that anger is not expressed, that is expressed in the form of sarcasm. So carbons are like that. Kalis are the most angry remedies. They quarrel with everyone. So their expression goes into quarrelsomeness. Okay. The another non-disease quality is benevolence. The benevolence means a disposition to do good and goodwill, kindness, and charitableness. So that is helping us to understand that these are the good peoples and doing good for the others and charity. We need to find out that this benevolence is why he is doing. By heart he is doing it is sorry, by purpose of getting something in return it is psychotic and by destructing self and helping others further that is autoimmune and syphilitic in nature. So you have to take into consideration that the below relation can be psoric, can be psychotic, and can be syphilitic in nature. And this is what we have to understand. The same way the rubric positivity. So most of the metals are positive, like the ferrums are the positive. So positive plus hot remedy. So we have this group of remedy, positive plus chili remedy. So if we have this idea, then we have to understand that this is the remedy which we have to prescribe into this case. So this is what the learnings of repertory help us to make the narrow down of our prescription by just putting or combining two rubrics together. So there is another quality which is hearty, egoistic self-esteem generals. So that is the attitude persons adopted out of their life situations. So that is again a quality help you into considerations. So all carbons are not haughty. Okay, this is what you have to understand. And because of so much shooting, atoms are not haughty. All metals like higher metals, orums and platinas, they are haughty. Mercury, cuprum, barium, palladium, phosphorus, these are the haughty remedies. Only sulfur and hypersulfur are the haughty remedies. Okay, and a certain knows what. So this is what yesterday I shared with you that the rubric fastidious and you have to categorize this into three categories. So this is the things which you help in the practice. So this is the basic idea as given by this book to understand the repertory. Now I am sharing with you a case of PCOD case, and by looking into them you have to understand that what it could be. Okay, so I'm sharing the case of a young girl almost around in the mid 30s, 24 to 27 years. Okay, uh, let me share that case with the screens so you can have the idea and look into that. So that is helping you in a better way. Uh, is the screen is visible?
Yes,
Requesting
sir.
parties. Okay, fine, great. So case of a 24 years female, which I took in college OPD, and I found this quality. So you have to crack this case with your the knowledge you have. Okay, and then we have a discussion. So that will help us to understand that. So she started coming to college OPD. One of my colleague, PG colleagues, friends, roommate. So she started and hello doc, how are you? And the conversation start like that. So this was the observation I put. So I have put just observation into this, and out of that you have to take a crux. I am not going to share the whole case like that, how she converts with me and everything. So she started his conversations primarily without any hesitation. So on the basis of that, I directly take a primary extroverted, and she said that I had menstrual irregularity and delayed menses 18 to 20 days, it around 60 days sometimes. So this is what happening. Uh, it was happening like this. So on the basis of that history since 10 months back, it was happening. On the observation, there is a gap between the teeth. Menses mostly comes in the morning and it is delayed. And thermally, thirst, there is a thirstlessness. She said, I don't like water. It's too tiring to drink a water. Not to take water, found alternating like a juice, fruits, fruit juice, cold drinks, etc. She like sweets. She is very obese in their 24 years of their life. Rather than she is from Punjabi girl, so she is very chulbuli type of girl. Rather than having a water, so this was her feelings. In a school time also, I don't like water. So on the basis of that, I feel that she is the thirstless remedy. Feels like too tiring to take water. So at one point, I feel that it is aversion to water also. She said, I drink alcohol, but I don't smoke. Not overconsumption. It's occasionally. Not adding water. I just add cold drinks or cocktails. Feel like easy after taking alcohol. I feel like I like sweets. I like sugars. I like rasgulla, chocolate, pastry, rabdi jalebi, mithai, giver, etc. Then I asked what you are doing. So she said that I am currently working as ICICI direct security department. She like traveling. Sleep cycle is very bad. She used to travel at night only, but don't like milk product. Gave me which gave us give me cough. So the milk causes cough. The milk product aggravate cough. Even a peanut and apricot produce a cough. She was conversing and she was laughing loudly. So I asked her from where you are. So she said that I'm from Bhopal, MP, working in the share market security company, and I completed my master HR and financial in the finance in Bhopal. First time in Gujarat since 8 months. So this was her thing. I cook for myself, want everything systematic. गंदा नहीं लगना चाहिए. I do lot of fun. I like racing, scooty, race driving does not go below 60 to 70 km per hour. So this is what she should do. I like scooty and racings and race driving. So I asked her, what is the meaning of that racings and race driving? So she said that even in this Surat city, she is from Bhopal, so she used to drive a scooty at the speed of 60, 70 in the traffic also. So this is what this kind of the girl is. Right now we have that girl. So I asked her, tell me about your childhood. So she said that I am born in Punjab and I was in Punjab, shifted to Bhopal with Bua, studied in Bhopal. It's fine. Everything is excited. Childhood is very excited. I used to play a lot, trek a lot, trekking, traveling, and cooking, baking. She used to have cooked in the first, even in the fourth standard. Since then, I used to put everything systematic. Okay. She loves fight and doing and watching the fights. Uh, she loves blood. I love blood when it comes from others, other head. You like she satisfied by seeing blood. So she said, I am so strong, but I got angry on my angry. My tears comes out once. I said, why? She says, I just take out my anger with the tears. So this is what her line is. She loves fighting. She loves watching. So in one of the college days, she says that I hit one of the boy in the college and I make him bleed. So this is what she is like that. A very very angry kind of personality. I don't share detail with everyone. Even my family didn't know about me. I don't like to share bad stuff with anybody. Now you have to understand that the primary extroverted patient by observation and she said I don't share my feelings. Very important, na? I don't like to share bad stuff with anybody. Very talk hasty. Once my nail broke, she went to clinic and came back with the dressings. In the fourth standard, she became strong. Then I said, I had a sister. I said, why you become strong? So she said, I had a sister. She had a brain trouble due to jaundice and she was handicapped. She used to take care of all her mother, sister, and everyone. So, and she died when I was in the 8th standard in 2014. So I asked, why you need to become strong? So she said, I want to be everybody for my family. मैं ही सब कुछ होनी चाहिए मेरी फैमिली का आई डोंट वांट टू रिलाई ऑन एनीबॉडी मुझे किसी के ऊपर नहीं रहना है दे कैन रिलाई ऑन मी दे कैन रिलाई ऑन मी वो लोग मेरे ऊपर रिलाई करना चाहिए मेरे को किसी के ऊपर रिलाई नहीं करना आई हैव टू बिकम स्ट्रांग इनफ इट इज वेरी हार्ड फॉर माई सेल्फ टू ओपन अप इन फ्रंट ऑफ एनीबॉडी सो दिस इज व्हाट द रेमेडी इज then I asked about some of the family. So father was in a railway, mother is housewife. My younger brother is a 10-year-old than me, younger than me. Uh, She is the middle of sibling. My elder sister was soft-hearted, feel like crying. My mother also be like that. But I love adventure stuff. I like using talwar. As I am a Punjabi, I fight a lot. Fun with the fighting. She is around lot of boys. A gang. It is called as I am a gang leader and a gang fight. There is a gang fight, blood, rash, and the spin. I just like to defeat them. She was good in study. She used to teach a lot. She was being abusive and she slapped that boy. Oh, I don't abuse to any girl. This was her feeling, sensitivity. When they abuse me, I feel like, how can you say like to me? This is what the all the girl have a sensitivity that they are being abused. Sensitive to being abused. I don't like abuse. It's self-respect I can get. I track a lot, very audacity. I am not afraid of getting hurt. She loved to go out in the night with a boy. Why I can't go that only place where I want to be a boy. See, this is what why you have to go out in the night and why. So she says only place where boy want to go. So भगवान ने तुम्हें गलत पैदा कर दिया है लड़की बना के. This is what her feeling is. Okay. Chill and chill, even like alcohol. I get anger a lot, fight with the branch manager because he didn't leave me, he didn't leave me on time. So I just have to fight. Besharam Masala. That was he was talking. Anger plus plus with the face red, argumentative with the mom, but also care for the mom also. I just love to help people, share with the people. ऊंच नीच वाला कुछ नहीं है. I love puja, religious stuff. She had a relationship with 6 years. He broke due to career opportunity. She is selfish and on the observation, the dry tongue with thirstlessness. This is what a raw case which I had taken in college OPD. Okay, so I'm just sharing this glimpse of a whole case in a raw format. It is not what I have made a presentation for that. This is what I'm doing right in this. So, by looking into history, now we go to the discussions. By looking into history, what are the things comes into your mind? What are the remedies comes into your mind that you can think of? Tell me. Yes, one is the courageousness, absolutely fine, great, courageousness, yes. Then, very good. So we have a remedy that we think of a courageous remedy, absolutely. Then, by looking into courageousness, we can directly uh, responsibility strong. Yes, we can think like responsibility strong. Then, so we have a 10-minute left, so we have to crack this case in 10 minutes. So all are requested to yes, ambitious, introvert, responsibility strong, thustless. Maybe sepia, manish, absolutely. You can think Dr. Monica, absolutely. Manish habit, Sunita, very good, fine, great. Now you have to ask yourself the questions that do we take manish habit in PCOD cases? Yes, revolting kind of lady. Yes, absolutely, fine, great. So which are the group of remedy comes into your mind? Tell me. It is not just a one or two remedy, but which are the group of remedy comes into your mind that help you to understand this lady? The lady having irregular menses and PCOD. So we have to understand the disease in man and what she is expressing to us. Absolutely, that is also a disease at the dynamic level. Like to see blood. This is the extent to which she is changed herself in different. Absolutely right, Dr. Monica. Absolutely. So how the expression of that personality is? She can be snake, she can be spider, absolutely. She can be Mercury, Nux Omega, absolutely. We can think of that. But this case gives me insight of how the beautiful use of repertory when we applied these things into our practice. Absolutely. I thought like same, you all thoughts. This is the things which came to my mind initially. She is like very bold, she is very courageous, she goes to the boys, fights with everything, she very adventurous, she goes to outside, fun loving, she like racing, riding, scooty, fast, restless. So I thought of tuberculinum, I thought of tarantula, I thought of ophidia. Yeah, she can be animal remedies. The all quality goes into animal. Yeah, juicy things is very important. Absolutely, that is one physical part of our body. Maybe natrums. Oh, wow, great. Now see the change of remedy from animal to minerals. By just discussions, we can understand that our understanding of the medicines in one perspective, it directly changed from the animal kingdom to the mineral kingdom. So she can be natrum also. Initially, the sepia comes, then the spider and snake comes, and then our remedy changes from this to this. So this is what you have to understand. This what she told that once I need to leave my office, I need to fight with my office boss. And she said मुझे जल्दी छोड़ देना है मैं मेरे टाइम से आऊंगी मेरे टाइम से चली जाऊंगी मैं आपका वैसा कुछ काम मैं आपकी नौकरी नहीं हूँ नौकर नहीं हूँ. So that is what she directly told on the face to the boss. So that kind of the lady is. एक और चीज उसने बताई कि मुझे बॉयज के साथ जाना अच्छा लगता है चिल आउट करना अच्छा लगता है. तो मैंने पूछा क्यों ऐसा है. तो शी सेड आई वांट टू बी अ बॉय. भगवान ने तुम्हें गलत बना दिया है लड़की बनने के. सो थी लाइक थ्रिल्स चिल्स इवन लाइक अल्कोहल. या एब्सोल्युटली डजंट वांट टू बिकम फेमिनाइन. यस एब्सोल्युटली डॉक्टर मानसी. So that is what you have to look into consideration, na? That makes the persons into PCOD. This case was beautifully treated with a single dose, and I had a 8-9 month of follow-up. Absolutely, Dr. Rupali. Identity. She loses their identity into certain extent. Absolutely. Great. But what are the remedy you can think of and what are the rubric you can apply into this case so that you can get a crux of remedy or you can get a certain group of remedy? Ultimately, exercise of our teaching or learning is what we have to select a one remedy. Okay. And how can we reach and narrow down this a strong responsibility she took? Absolutely, we can think of that. She might be platina, Dr. Singala. Yes, absolutely. Now see, look at that. The from animal kingdom to the minerals, now to the metals. Yes, try mouth with thirstlessness. That is one thing. The water aversion to thirstlessness, desire for juicy things and everything. Absolutely. We can take into considerations. This was my last question, Dr. Raj. Dry mouth and thirstlessness. This was my last questions and observation. So I put that into last when I repertorizing the case. And then finally, I landed with one of the group of remedy, and then finally to the final remedy. So that is what. Even extroverted, she doesn't like to share about. Absolutely fine. That is what we are doing. So जो दिखता है वो है नहीं और जो है वो दिखता नहीं है. That we have psychosis because the disease is also a psychosis. So whenever you are treating psychosis, what sir used to say that uh, you all have given a very nice input. Yes, this can be hypocrisy, secretive, or reserved. Absolutely. So you all have given a wonderful inputs into this case. We have l- less time, so I am sharing this insight. Whenever you are, sir always says, and whenever you are treating a SORA or a SORI cases, you go higher to the psychotic miasm, who take some psychosis from the patient and apply into SORA. So SORA get cured. Whenever you have a psychosis, go higher to find out the syphilitic. Whenever you go have a syphilis, you find out the more syphilitic in the patients. So we have a case of PCOD. So what is the syphilitic thing you can find in this case? And what is the disposition? Syphilitic dispositions also there that help you to understand this the case. I like to see blood, but how can we apply into repertory, Dr. Azim? There is no rubric that allow to see blood. There is a rubric fear of sight of blood. Yes, rashness is one of the syphilitic rubric. Absolutely, Dr. Raj. So this is what the lady, 24-year girl, goes to 60, 70 speed at in a city level. So this is a rashness. Absolutely. Great. What are the another syphilitic dispositional quality that we have to took into this case? That's why I put a raw case. You know, whenever I putting something into presentation, then you can't understand what actually is. That is why what I got in a raw format, that's why I put the raw case into it. So disclosing, it's my turn to disclose the process. Okay, anger with violence, absolutely. That was the emotion. So I am disclosing the quality. Now look at the process. Uh, she don't want to be in a control of the self. She indulge in the alcohol. She like to go to the party. She want to go outside. She enjoy. She goes to night parties and everything. So this is defined as the quality of libertine or libertinism. Hope you all got agree with this disposition. Put your answer yes if you are agree.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Then she had the audacity. You all see that she is so much so audacious. This is a syphilitic dispositions. You know, very audacious, very rashness. So audacity means what? They don't understand that what was the consequences out there. So she is audacity, she is rash. So these are the syphilitic. Then we have to take into consideration the whole process. That what she told about, we all understood that it is a responsibility strong, helping the society, helping the family, helping the mother. So I asked, what was the weak point being as a female? And she said that ऊपर वाले ने मुझे गलत पैदा कर दिया, मैं लड़का होना चाहिए थी. So that is what she is not understanding. What am I? So she is confusing his own identity, and that is the starting point that she developed a PCOD. Now, what she behaving that being a female, she is behaving like a male. So this is what the higher version that we took. We don't took a manage. We don't took a strong responsibility. So this is what I took as a confusion of identity. Hope you all got the answer. Again, what was the another quality that is syphilitic? It is a defined kind of quality. What she told to boss, मैं तेरी नौकर नहीं हूँ, मैं मेरे टाइम से आऊंगी, मेरे टाइम से जाऊंगी. मुझे लेट छोड़ा तो मैं जॉब छोड़ दूंगी. She came to Surat from the Bhopal. Now, this is what the defined kind of personality. Okay. And then I put something into it is aversion to water. She likes alcohol, so she goes into mania, dysmotions, and dryness of tongue without thirst. So this was my last entry point that I put into it. So by looking this rubric, what remedy comes into your mind? Very libertine, very audacious, very rash confusions, and defined kind of personality goes into alcoholism. Which remedy comes into your mind? Write in the chat box. Naxvamika. Absolutely, Dr. Arya Devi. Naxvamika. Another remedy you can think of? Platina. Absolutely. Any another remedy you can think of? Nux. Plat. You can think of a very strong remedy like this. One of the Dr. Monica said it was a natramure. So natramure has also see that kind of symptoms. Absolutely. Anything else? Can she be the other version of? Yes, you cracked the case, Dr. Monica. Congratulations. So this is the pulsatilla. You know, that is what I wanted. That how repertory help us to understand that our medicine's facet, what we think as a drug picture is different, and what repertory gives us is a different. So you all said that it is like natamure, so natamure do not cover audacity and vastness. You all said that it is aurum, so aurum do not cover certain remedies. There is a ophidia, so ophidias are there at later stage. Even nux vomica, so nux vomica does not cover the rashness, audacity, and confusion of identity. You know, even I took a tuberculinum, so tuberculinum is so later in that. So that is what you have to understand that how repertory and repertorizations of a syphilitic version help us that this is the remedy. So I prescribed pulsatilla 200 to that girl, and in 8 months she said that इतने सालों में मेरा मेंसेस कभी रेगुलर नहीं था अभी 8 महीने से रेगुलर आ रहा है only a single dose of pulsatilla help no SL was given. Okay, so this is what you have to understand whenever you are taking this. All are the syphilitic rubric, syphilitic dispositional rubric. Hope you all got the idea of understanding a repertorial analysis of a particular case. So hope you enjoy this. We will continue this series from the 1st of Feb. I take leave for the 4 5 days. I need to prepare for something, and we are starting with the new meeting links and new ID passwords from the 1st of Feb, and we are starting with the sir's book, The Miasm, End of My Assumptions to the Miasm, because the miasm guide us everything. So why I took all this rubric into this, because these are the syphilitic version of certain remedy. So this is helping me to crack the case. So I am very thankful to Vijayakar sir that taught us the understanding of miasm in depth. Thank you so much, Dr. Suresh. Your inputs are very valuable for me, and that is what I am making a theory and practical combinations. And Dr. Monica, you can directly message me, so we will have a discussions and I will help you to understand the case. So from the 1st of Feb, we are starting with the miasm, and in the miasm, it is not just a theory purpose. The miasm we are learning with the practical purpose, so will help in your practice, entire practice. So that is why the reading club is not just reading. The reading club is just a fun learning and evolving all of us together. So thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for being with me. So we will call the day and we end the meetings as our time is running fast. Thank you so much.